action whenever you're ready.
All right, let's call the meeting to order then. We have a quorum. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda, please?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I've been through the minutes. They look, as usual, really good to me. I don't know how you keep up with these meetings. Can I have
AI, yeah.
does anybody have any comments on the minutes?
Is Kate on?
She's gonna watch the YouTubes and then she'll text me if she has questions or comments.
Okay.
I didn't have time to set up a Zoom link, so
No, that's fine.
she forgot to tell me ahead of time.
Can I have a motion to approve the minutes then as written?
I'll move to approve the minutes as written.
Second?
Second.
Great. All in favor?
Aye.
Very good, okay. There are no members of the public here tonight.
And Bob's on his way.
Bob's on his way. All right. Let's go for the old business then. Flashpad, the meeting is next Wednesday?
Tuesday, I
Tuesday,
think,
okay.
yeah.
And did you have some updates on the
Yeah, let's do that.
questionnaire?
Sure do. Just for fun, the survey closed today really, but, it's not really closed, but, I'm gonna show you the results so far, at least a little bit briefly. We'll do the high level view here. Let's see if this will work, maybe. Okay, maybe it's giant size. I can't seem to figure out how to get it smaller. If anybody knows how, let me know.
494 responses, wow.
494 responses.
Well,
That's good,
yeah.
great.
And of that, 409 live in LeGrand, 97850, or Island City, I guess, or in the county right around LeGrand. 97850, 409, and then, which I think it's important to collect this data because in the playground project received a lot of input from Boise and Portland, and it wasn't always, positive. So I thought it was important to track that this time, and then, but anyway, that's that. This is gonna blow your mind right here. Look how tight this loading is. Look at that.
Yeah. Well, we
Look at
should,
that.
Oh, man.
Amazing, right?
it's probably not gonna make a difference, but we should look at the 80% that are from LeGrand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
If
should.
you pare it down, you might.
Yeah.
It
that
may
might help.
sway it a little bit, but
Yeah, and would you be interested in volunteering? About a third
No.
say yes. And I find that hard to believe because I don't know that they know what we're asking for, but like, sure, I'll help volunteer, go do it. That's not volunteering, but we'll see. I'm gonna reach out to them.
I'll volunteer you to do it.
Yeah, right, yeah. There's a whole bunch of comments, 113, we don't have to look at them, but, I'll publish this later. Lots of positive stuff. Some people, let's see if we can find, what's our Facebook thing, do you know? Off the top of your head?
Stop
LG.
typing, stop
Just-
typing.
Oh, right there. Here's the two designs really quickly, just so you guys can remember what they are. Why is it so massive? Weird.
You could ask Gemini how to
Yeah,
make it
sure.
smaller, how to shrink it.
I could.
That's what Gemini's for.
These staff of mine post a bunch of stuff on here, so you're just gonna have to wait a second. It's down here somewhere. Okay, so here's option one. And the reason I bring the other one to show you, because some people made comments like, oh, it looks like number one's handicap accessible, but the other one's not. Because there's a wheelchair,
yeah.
and the other one doesn't have any people in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was just kinda comical, because they're both flat.
Yeah.
But, two really good designs, and this one's in the lead by point whatever percent.
Point
So
4.
we'll see what the committee wants to do with it.
Cause the kids.
It doesn't surprise me, they're so similar to one another, really.
Yeah.
Well, number 2 more has that station though, right? Like,
Yeah, this is interesting. Safety, see, this person's making a lot of assumptions. That these rocks are gonna be a trip hazard,
Yeah.
et cetera. So, anyway, it's just,
That came up in our meeting when we talked about it,
it is.
in here, that the rocks were gonna be something that you could fall and knock your head on and get a concussion, and then that's it. So,
Somebody from Tennessee.
which is not what's gonna,
No, it is a reasonable concern.
well, I think if they're rocks, but are they rocks, or are they fake rocks?
Yeah, they're
Yeah, see, that's what I mean, they're engineered rocks, that's not what they're doing, but you can see that people would have even got that conclusion based on just the image,
Exactly.
without following up, so.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't put a rock in anything like that.
Right, right.
Or a potential head injury.
Yeah, so lots of good comments and info here. The other part is, I mean, Chris, why don't you talk about some of the Facebook comments that you noticed as we were launching this and stuff?
Well, a lot of people made their votes on Facebook, which even though you tell them you have to do it on there, they still do it on Facebook. A lot of the comments were kind of similar to that. You'd either get, "Oh my gosh, I'm so happy we're doing this. We need this," or it was people inferring things just based off the pictures, and that was it. There, for the most part, it was mainly a lot of those additional feedback comments. Like some people were like, "Oh, I picked one because of this. That's why I didn't pick two." Like some good stuff like that, or just some things like, "I really like design 2, but I like the idea of an fence." I don't know if that's like a built-in thing or where that is, but I think the idea of a fence is good. Or a lot of people are like, you should have shade canopies, places for parents to sit in the shade so it's not in the sun. And a lot of people didn't like the squirt gun idea.
Because they're pacifists.
Well, I actually don't like the idea of the squirt guns either, because I just know children, and I know if my child's standing there being innocent and a child is older and sprays my child, I'm not gonna be happy about it. So it's one of those things where it could cause issues.
Hi.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
to see
for
you.
sure. Somebody pull up a chair for Bob.
Oh,
This
Bob,
one's-
here,
This one
Bob,
has to stay because of
This
the
one.
cord.
Bob, you wanna come
But-
over here? Bob, take this one, I got this one.
This one
right here.
has to stay because of the cord.
That's fine. I want the green.
I know, I gave you the rolling chair. I gave you the rolling chair, Bob. I wanna see how well you navigate that.
Yeah.
Well, you guys didn't move me.
So, we're,
Absolutely.
There are elections.
Chris,
We
were
got plans
you
for you.
done with your comments on the comments?
Yeah.
Comments on the comments?
Yes.
Stu, fill us in real briefly on, is there an agenda for the Splash Pad Committee's meeting, or
Yep,
what's the desired endpoint of that meeting?
Yeah, so they're gonna decide for sure which design to go with based on, I'll pull the 97850 data by then. We'll do a full printout of all the responses, we'll comb through all that data, and then they'll make a decision on which one to go with. And then the next step after that will be, getting the vendor to provide more specs of plumbing requirements, whatever, plumbing, wiring, all the things, all the costs that go along with it. Once we get a full cost estimate, hopefully within a month, we'll then have a full budget, and then we'll be fundraising.
Okay.
They'll-
And if the committee wanted to amalgamate elements from the not
They
as
could.
desired thing,
They
that
could.
could easily be done,
Yep.
right?
So those are both like $350,000 plans. I mean,
Ish.
and then
Yeah, it's hard to tell without the actual, they didn't do a lot of homework with, is it a
Infrastructure.
3-inch line
Yeah,
or a 2-inch,
yeah.
all that stuff, so.
but that's more in that. But that's
Yep.
and then generally,
Yep, in
if
that
it seems
range.
too much, then you start shrinking objects
Yeah,
or elements down. And okay,
Yeah, so for now, they'll pick their favorite, and then we'll go through all the due diligence of the actual cost estimates.
Okay, so we're at a point where we're gonna be doing a time-consuming, process around these, two documents, because the application and the policy document. And I'm thinking that Mark and Chris may not either wanna stay or need to stay, and we could turn the agenda on its head and have you do your parts, and then free to leave if you wanna leave, free to stay if you wanna stay. Do you care?
Chris is like, I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that. That's fine with me.
Yeah, let me double check, make sure I don't have any homework assignments for them.
I was gonna say,
That's fine.
Stu did ask for my input on some of that, so.
Well, I want-
Okay,
I
then you
want,
can stay.
Yeah, I want Chris's input on some of that concession stuff, for
Okay.
sure.
Okay,
Mark, you can leave if you want, but.
We
better
can go normal, it's
we
fine.
can go normal. Okay, that's great.
I don't have any issues.
Good, good, good. So, my first question is, have any of the commissioners actually done text work? Do you have writings with, which you wanna share with us? And the answer is no.
No, I had actually read through them when Stu sent them around, and I
Okay.
thought I found some editing errors, but I'm not seeing them, and I did not write them down, so
So I have done that. I've got a bunch of stuff, and I think we should start with this. So I'm gonna drive this along since I've done quite a bit of work to it. So let's do the easy thing first, and that's the application, okay? And that's the fourth page in our package. So I'm gonna ask Stu first, when he's off his phone.
Yeah, Kate's texting me, she can't hear us, so. Okay, let's get organized here. Do you want me to pull that document up on the screen?
You could pull it up on the screen, but I think we've all got it in front of us.
Okay.
So do you have any comments on it as written, this draft?
I wrote the draft, so no, it's for you guys to.
We're talking about the
Oh, the
application now.
Let me have it.
Sure.
No, you did this, David, right?
I did
So
this, yeah.
We just changed it a little bit, no, I think it's fine, I think there's,
This,
go ahead.
well, the application, this fee doesn't match the fee in the policy.
The application fee.
The 500 plus 500.
Yeah. Hang on a second, here, let's get the time.
Which is,
Yeah,
For the summer.
I think that those, the two documents will need to be made
Yeah.
absolutely congruent before we finish
yeah,
up. Okay.
I wrote that down, that's a good catch. Yeah, these are very draft form,
Yep.
the policy, I took lots of different chunks, and then David did this, so I just kind of copied what he wrote.
I didn't,
So it's not $500.
well, it depends on what they want. That, for a summer, I think that's fine. It says $200 a month over the other thing.
Yeah, but my question was, it says 500 a day.
Oh,
And
yes.
the answer to that question was, no.
No.
It's not very good. I'm wondering how you're gonna make a kid to
Yeah.
pay and make a profit at 500 a day. Okay, not 500 a day. In the policy is the correct amount. It should say, there should be a daily and a monthly and a, I think daily and monthly.
And there's a question here on the back of this application. Should we make the application, so the application is to be accompanied by the fees up front, is that correct?
Pay no later than 72 hours prior to the,
Okay.
once approved.
So the way we do it now is they pay in advance after they're approved.
After they're
And
approved.
then, yeah, it's important that they're approved because there's a process to be approved in the policy.
Okay, so for the application, can we, is there consensus that this, as written, will serve as a final draft?
Just.
You just drew a line through
Well,
something.
it's that fee,
The fee thing, yeah, I've got a note of that.
and then it should be, certificate of insurance, sorry, 1 million, it should have a dollar sign.
Yeah.
this is all in the application part?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments on the application?
Will be formatted.
It'll be formatted, it'll have all the lines and stuff. I have to sit there with a finger on my keyboard and go, and draw those lines, so I wasn't gonna take the time to do it.
We can make it look pretty with the letterhead and all that.
Alright, so this is gonna be with some fairly minor modifications, the final draft at our next meeting for the application to be a vendor or concessionaire. So the next part of this is gonna take a bit more time, and that's the policy. So I'm just gonna start at the beginning and incorporate ideas and comments that I had. I like the idea of the city of Portland stating an objective for the policy. And I wrote an objective is to regulate and oversee commercial activity in LeGrand City parks. That's the reason for the document, so that's a reasonable thing to have in there. Okay, and I'm just
Does
gonna,
everybody, you wanna kinda get consensus on all these, just so we can move, so I'm clear what we're gonna add for the
Great,
final,
great,
for the
yeah.
minutes?
is the idea of having an objective as the first paragraph?
Above the overview.
Yeah. I see nods all on, so we have consensus on that. Okay, so next is overview. City of LeGrand Parks and Recreation Department offers, and I struck several. It offers sporting and community events. Okay, and where is just that English, so to which vendors, concessionaires provide added value by providing, not to the event, but by providing products for event attendees. This document establishes, and I put a slash through all, establishes policies related to park vendors and concessionaires that may not establish every single case, so we probably shouldn't say all. Alright? So this is basically just changing language a little bit. Application process.
What section was that last section?
That was all on overview. Okay, application process. If you go all the way down to where it says product / menu variety, period, and I'd like to move up the fact that Parks and Rec Department can reserve the right to limit the number of vendors and concessionaires at its sole discretion, right after that. So the sentence would read, applications will be rated first on the order that they receive, then their completeness, professionalism, and product menu variety, period. LGPRD reserves the right to limit the number of vendors and concessionaires at its sole discretion, period. And then permits are non-transferable, period. Okay?
Are you storing right to approve, deny, or otherwise prohibit, cancel any invitation or operation by a vendor or concessionaire as part of the permit?
Just scratch that.
Scratch it. Okay, does that, so the reason that's in there is because of the invitation piece, I believe. So Chris and I talked about this a bit. The Optimus Club has a request to subcontract in a way, somebody not using their concession stand or our concession stand.
Right, and that's a special case, and you address that at the end of the document.
Just, my recommendation is that needs to be for everybody. And we don't want them inviting this. But we don't want a concessionaire inviting another concessionaire, that concessionaire has to follow the process as well, is what I'm getting at.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah.
So
They're
as long as you've got
non-transferable.
that handled.
So permits are non-transferable and that just takes care of the whole
Great,
thing.
okay. I obviously stole that language from somewhere, so, not the way I write.
Okay. The next section is, it says vendor responsibilities, and I just thought that this whole section should be conditions of permit. Okay? And, instead of saying by inviting any food vendor or concessionaire to operate in the park, just strike that, and we start with the permittee accepts full responsibility for activities and operations in the park and further accepts the conditions that follow, colon. Okay?
What did you call the title?
I said conditions of permit
Thank you.
instead of vendor responsibilities.
My only concern with some of this language, David, is that it's above a third grade level, so sometimes we have to be careful about who, you know, because, and I make this mistake a lot, just, the reality is people may not understand, and that's pretty simple language, but it's, vendor responsibility is like, oh, okay, that's that, right? However, conditions of permit, maybe I'm off, but we have to remember to dummy it down a way so everybody can understand. And I'm not trying to poke holes in there or be disrespectful in any way.
No, no.
I'm just trying to bring that up as a possibility. Cause
Okay.
I don't mind it, it makes sense to me, conditions of the permit.
Yeah.
But if you're, you know, Joanne's Pancakes,
Mhm.
fine. I mean, that's something.
Well, the first sentence does have the word responsibility in it. I would suggest that, this is gonna lead to a final draft, and we're gonna read through it
Absolutely,
and be able to change the English in it, and at any point.
love it.
The reason I did this was it just made the whole thing simpler. Instead of having, two separate categories, it made it just one thing. Okay?
Like it.
So I didn't change anything until we got down to, permittee must provide.
You wanna roll that into the bullets because it's conditions,
Yeah,
makes sense.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
You-
just gonna become another indented point with a bullet point in front of it, right?
I think I wanna leave it indented because those are the deliverables we need from them.
Yes.
Or bolded or
Just
something.
do the
Yes.
whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
They just, those few need to stand out versus the others because those are what we need from them, is what I'm saying.
yes.
Those are what they owe us at application.
So, I wrote, for this section, permittee must obtain a certificate of insurance for $1 million. Now, do we wanna make it 2 million? City of Portland says 2.
It's not a requirement, but, I mean, do whatever you want, but it's our policy that $1 million coverage is our additional insured with our insurer.
Okay. Liability coverage naming City of LeGan as additionally insured. A business license from the City of LeGrand. All required health department permits, OLCC permits, license for alcohol sales if applicable. All of the above, and then I insert a sentence, all of the above permits, certificates, and licenses must be provided before application is deemed complete and permit is issued. Now, does everybody here think that an application should be accompanied by all of these licenses? Or could licenses and certificates be given after the body of an application has been submitted.
If they get denied, they probably don't wanna pay for an insurance policy. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, but I wanna, the most streamlined thing is you give us a package and it has to be complete. The less streamlined thing is, okay, well, the things that cost them money, they could give after we give them a preliminary, yeah.
What's on the application is what they need to give us? Does it say, is it consistent with that?
Business license, wind manager liability, all the department.
Does it say to provide that with that application?
Yes, it does, it does say that, so we'd make them consistent across the two
So
documents.
we probably need to just do, whatever, menu items, some sort of, you know, you probably need a business license before you apply, I would guess.
What does it cost for a business license, $40, I think, zero.
So that's just a go to City Hall, double check.
So, I'm sort of hearing people say that those certificates and licenses which cost money can be deferred until a preliminary approval is granted. Yes?
I think that's right.
What's the,
That makes good sense to me.
And it needs to
decide
be-
on alcohol in parks?
Just like, well, don't you remember that decision?
Yeah, that's, so why are we saying we need it, there's no
License for
alcohol?
alcohol sales
So
without.
you, so with, different events and vendors, you can sell alcohol. So let's say I'm having a wedding at Riverside Park and I submit my thing, Chris is gonna, well, probably not Chris, my other Chris is gonna see that. There's a just checkbox in the permit and it's gonna say, are you selling alcohol? Yes. So then you need to submit an OLCC permit because with a pavilion reservation, that's a permitted alcohol use event. So they are, now Chris has concerts in the park, he might wanna recruit a vendor to do wine or beer and wine for certain concerts, that would be a part of this process.
Yeah.
So we would have some events, you know, at the pool, we might wanna do an alcohol event where you get 2 drinks and go swim, something like that, could potentially be in our future, so that's why.
Sorry, so the permit or the other documentation that would be provided, I think there needs to be a time frame. Like these need to be received, like with the fee, 70 by 72 hours before the event or whatever. Just so that, because you don't want to just leave it hanging, I'm showing up and now I'm giving the documentation to you on the data I'm doing.
Yeah, raise all that.
So if you're gonna separate those out, you've gotta make sure that there's a timeline for when they are due, after approval.
Docs must be
Yeah.
provided minimum,
Or
2 weeks before event.
I don't know, how, well, the fees, it says,
Yeah.
will show paid no later than 72
It's
hours
probably the
prior to
same,
event.
Do
I'd
what's
probably
the-
keep it the same, just.
Yeah, it's
for
72 hours for fees and required documentation.
Okay, now, so 72 hours is 6 days before the event,
No, that's 3 days.
3 days,
Yeah.
okay. Do we wanna make it longer before the event?
What's your read
Is
on that?
that close? What do you think, Chris?
I think you want paid upfront sooner, so the documentation should be accessible sooner too. Cause even now when I get pavilion rentals, people will be like, oh, can I pay later? I'm like, if you don't have it paid within this many days, I'm taking it off the schedule. And they go, oh, okay, I'll just pay right now over the phone. And I go, great.
So 72 hours is too short?
I think 72 hours is fine.
Ah.
I think you get anything over than 3 days, that's when you get some issues.
Okay.
Got it, okay, cause people don't wanna shell out that far in advance. Okay,
The only time I usually recommend people don't pay right away is if they're like, oh, well, I think, and I don't wanna go through the refund process when they tell me, oh, actually, we've decided to do something else.
Mm.
Or if it's like a local, like Optimist or something like that, and they book like the Riverside Pavilion, I go, oh, you know, just pay me like soon, kind of thing. But if it's a random person or a new business or something like that,
You brought up refunds, is
Yeah.
refunds in the policy?
refunds are a question on here to some degree,
Because that's, I'm not sure we wanna offer refunds if they've applied, if it's 3 days out and they bail within that 72, like,
non-refundable.
like you're locked in. But-
Yeah, if you're in 72 hours, once you pay, then you're 72 hours in, you're locked in.
Right, but But if you pay, 90 hours out, and you're still within that between 90 and 72, then what?
If you pay 73 hours out, and you're at 72.5, and you decide to give one back, right, yeah.
Well, we have a refund policy, right? I haven't looked at it in a while. Do you have any sense of what that is? Do you guys?
It's kind of for the general public though, either.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah.
But that's not gonna be quite the same, kind of deal.
The other timeline we need, Darren, is to your point of the 72, but it's also to close the loop, but also on the other side of, after your application is received, you'll get an answer by whatever business days probably.
Like 5 business days or something like that, yeah, which would be a week.
I'm just trying to think about Chris's events, like if he's gonna go recruit vendors for, concerts in the park, how is that logistically gonna line up? For that, it might be a one-off, or it might be a full season. So how soon can we take their application versus, could they, like for an August event, can they turn in their application in June? Do we care? Can you approve it in June, they pay in June, and then I'll do it till August?
Some people would do that because they wanna lock in the opportunity, so.
Right?
Well, that's, I don't go looking for people to play at concerts in the park the week before they're supposed to play.
Exactly.
I go find them like
No.
March,
Yeah.
like
Months
this,
before.
yeah.
I'm just trying to play all the scenarios to make staff's job easier, right? So we can
Yeah.
figure out, like, logistic wise, we get a pile of applications, we need to have time to, I put in there that the committee will be a selection of staff and one of the members of this group. So there'll be some sort of an email around, here are the applications, if it's competitive. And the reason that's important is because you have to have a way to say no if you don't want a vendor, right? And the committee's the only way to do that
Yeah.
because of free speech law and all that, right? So we have to be careful of that a little bit.
Well, so then, the same question can be asked, that means that if the fee, and if you had all the required, you could request to be a vendor 72 hours before an event. But anything after that, you can't, right? Because if you had all the required documentation,
True.
and you put an application and you
You
paid a
paid.
fee right there, or does it have to have time for consideration before?
That's what we need, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah,
That's what we
okay,
have to build in.
yeah, cause I think that you'd be better off to, probably at least a week out from that 72 hours, 2 weeks ahead of time.
Cause you have to have just like a job, right? You have to have a cutoff for applications so they can be reviewed. So if it's a week before the event, it's probably fine. What do you guys think?
No, that's actually a point I was gonna say, 'cause that is perfect sense.
So what we could do then is just kind of have a timeline. And the timeline will be, applications are due and complete
No later than,
a week before the event. Okay, applications are due, no more than a week before the event. And, refunds, and fees are non-refundable at 72 hours.
Before the event, yeah.
Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, so application
so I guess the
cutoff,
trick is if somebody bails with 3 days out and we still give them a refund because they're within 72. And then Chris is left with like, he advertised, we've got beer and wine at this event, we've got all the social media out, he's got a cool vibe, he's got the concert lined up,
and
he's
then
got this
he's
really
no
cool
show.
vendor, and then they're like, oh, 3 days out, I'm not in,
I'm not into refunding, I mean,
just non-refundable.
That
Yeah,
is
that
the
makes
downside of the refunds. I learned this doing river trips. I couldn't have 15 people ready to do a river trip and 5 will drop out unless I get their money.
Yeah,
If I got their money, they'll show,
yeah,
it's just human nature.
yeah,
I don't know,
it's up to you guys, that's a
you
good
wanna say
question.
like 3 business days, not 7, or something like that.
Okay, so I would say application cutoff 2 weeks, okay? And all fees are non-refundable, just flat out. I think that John's right about that.
And there's time into doing this and for our staff and everything, so.
Yeah, 'cause Then if they bail and they wanna eat it, they
Yeah.
just eat it.
That's their choice.
So we're, I think John had it under his breath comment, 3 days instead of 72 hours, 3 business days, probably. Yeah, so it could be a Friday, Monday thing.
Yeah.
Because usually most events are gonna be on Saturdays
Yeah,
or weekends at least.
Well,
but it could be like
Concerts on
on Monday
Thursdays.
or,
yeah,
3 business days, John.
yeah.
Okay.
if that's okay with
And
you
then
guys.
there's nothing about, hours of operation, hours being set to the park hours, basically. That they, you know,
Yeah,
to shut down when the park shuts down or
for the event's over.
for the,
Because
yeah.
we might do something till midnight tonight and want some
Or,
business there.
yeah, park, or, food in the park or something like that,
Okay.
so, something about hours of operation.
Like an hour before the event, an hour after the event, or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
You
those
give them
times,
time
but
to
some
clean
idea,
up and,
yeah.
Probably leave it generic, just or, yeah, it's tough, cause it might be a private group doing it. Okay.
just a suggestion.
Well, I do think giving it cutoff times, particularly afterwards, because you want them to be out of the parks, like if it's 2 in the morning, you won't leave people there still cleaning up. You can imagine that they're at the Riverside Pavilion at 2 AM and they got it open and they're still cleaning it, and you pick these people up from the park.
Normally you put the vendor time probably before the event ends, so they're closed up like an hour before.
Yeah,
Cause then you're like, the music's still going, but the vendors are, like at the fair, you know? Like the fair closes, like all the vendors can close down, the music goes on for a bit, maybe, I don't know.
I hate that though. I wish I had a corn dog just before I
I know,
leave.
right?
You want that last corn dog?
Yeah, I hear you, cause I eat a lot of corn dogs.
That was last week, wanted a churro and stands were closed.
Well, 1 hour after the event is probably maximum, so shut down hours of operation of parks or an hour after the event.
Okay, I'm gonna give a little summary here then, okay? Application cutoff is 2 weeks before an event. Certifications costing money such as insurance must be provided within 72 hours or 3 business days of the event, before the event. And, all fees provided to us for the event are non-refundable. That's what we're saying.
I think that's what we're saying.
Okay, we can totally go over this again, but I just, all right.
I think I
Alright.
captured all that.
So that answers one of my questions right there. So now,
I totally agree that all vehicles should stay off the staff.
stay off the staff, yes,
Get off me.
as Chris says.
All vehicles must staff off grass.
Chris, how did it feel
areas.
having that Ford F-150
yeah.
on your foot, you
I
know?
feel that's a typo.
It is, I'm
All
sure.
vehicles must staff off grass turf areas. Yeah. That's a good saying.
Earlier, you said the minutes were perfect, so whatever.
Okay, so we're gonna move to the back side of this page. And I just struck the top, paragraph, it's repetitive.
Yeah.
We already say that, so we don't need that. The fees, we're all in agreement that these fees are fair and affordable for a town like the Grand, and won't keep any potential vendors away.
I guess I'd just try to line up the monthly rate with the summer rate.
It's a little bit more, I mean, summer it's 500 now, so this is basically 600.
Yeah, and you're okay with that, right?
I mean, yeah, I was gonna do that.
Okay. So then.
Yeah, it's been that for like 5 years, so
Yeah,
it's not
okay.
bad.
So
That's
I,
great.
I'm
That's fine.
unclear as to what you guys are looking at.
So
Oh,
you
no,
pay
John-
monthly rate,
Yeah.
discounted to 200 a month, 3 months in the summer it's a 600, versus what we said earlier was a 500 plus $50.
Oh, is that on that page?
That's on here, which we struck off. So,
John's just making sure the two amounts match, and they will.
Yeah, they will. Okay,
That's a good thing.
Okay, a monthly discount of $200 a month may be available in some cases, tiers 2 and 3 at sole discretion of Parks and Rec director or designee.
Probably the committee.
Okay.
That's fine, LGPRD probably is fine, put that
Where is it, say $500 a month?
on the
It's
other
talking
side.
about an application.
That's the application.
On the very back.
But that doesn't have a time, it just says $500 plus 50 in-kind coupons, which is
Yeah,
like.
that was for the summer rate.
That was carried over from that Woodburn application.
No, that was from the existing application we do here,
Okay.
the Snowasis one, the snow cone group.
Right, that's right.
We do 500 plus gift certificates for that.
Well, it just, well, if you make it so it says $500 per month, I just wanted time, like, I didn't know that, it was, or for the summer, whatever, just give a timeline, cause this says $25 per day, which is much different than $500 per.
That's, John was just asking, $200 a month would be 600 for the summer
Yeah, yeah.
instead of 5.
Was this a monthly rate discount of $200 a month? What does that mean? Like, the discount is 200 or the cost is $200 a month?
It's a good point. It's if you paid $50 a day, it would be cheaper to do it at $200, is what that means.
But well, okay, so the way this reads to me, if you get $50 a day,
Not
that's
calculated.
$1,000 a month. So the discount would be, you wouldn't pay 200, you'd pay 800.
That's fair, so we need to fix that.
So if it's gonna be, the cost is gonna be so much, just say a monthly rate of $200
There you go.
may be available in some cases for tiers 2 and 3, or you're gonna pay this much, but you get the $200 off. So I just wanna, clarify which one
That
should it
wasn't-
be?
It should be, the monthly fee is $200 a month.
Okay.
The question, that, it still needs to say may be available in some cases, because some people might say, I want a monthly rate, but I wanna be there for 6 days.
Right.
And do we do that, or are we just charging per day?
Well, that's, yeah, see, that's,
That's the trick.
if I was gonna do, like, I need a tier
Okay.
2, and I was gonna be there for 5 days, I would
Mhm.
just pay the monthly rate,
Exactly.
so I.
So do we care?
I don't know. Nobody else would be able to get a permit for that venue for that month, then, if they lock in the month, but we're only there for 5 days.
That's the bad part. Limit the flexibility. How should we
I
fix
don't
it?
know, I don't know, I don't have an idea, but I do know that,
Well, people are gonna act in their own economic self-interest.
yes.
Want to sue
that-
this,
that's
right?
right.
They'll figure out the arithmetic, they should. So a
The
monthly,
problem is it locks them in, like,
Yes.
that would say nobody else can vend at that park for that month.
yeah, I understand that.
So how do we fix that?
Well, do we care?
Or do we care?
Do we care? I mean, we're saying it's your slot, be there or don't be there. You're gonna make more money or less money, it's not gonna affect us one way or the other.
Well, it might, if there are people that wanna come in and vend, then that's more revenue.
I mean, right now, we don't have that issue.
Yeah.
I don't know in the future.
I'm sorry, and I hate to complicate this, but that's
You're
what.
not complicating it at all. I think this is the purpose of this
Yeah,
this process, is to come up with all these things. So what I wrote was a monthly discounted rate of $200 a month may be available in some cases, tiers 2 and 3, at the sole discretion of the Grand Parks and Rec Concession Committee.
I would,
It's a try.
well, I might consider the monthly, like the $500, right? If it was a $500 monthly rate, then if I did I would do 10 days at $50 a day, so it's much closer to the month. Or, so it would be harder to justify getting the month if I was only there for 5 days, it's gonna cost me $250 versus 500. So I think so is the 200 like the standard rate right now, or is that?
Well, yeah, essentially, right now it's 175 or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
So it's a bit of a jump, but not, so that's a huge jump if it's 500 a month
yeah,
versus what we charge now.
yeah, well, I'm just thinking ridiculous, I don't know, and again, I don't know what the use has been, so maybe this is fine, but.
Well, I mean, it could be not a monthly rate, but a summer rate, and then we push it to 600, and then, then the 5 days, $50 and stuff.
Well, let's do some thinking on that one a little bit, maybe propose some language, and I'll do the same, and we'll see if we can sync it.
Okay. these things are a little bit problematic because there's a downside to every decision you
Yeah,
make.
that's right, yeah.
And you can get very complicated. And then someone says, oh, I didn't understand it, you know. Okay,
The
restriction.
other option is, there's no monthly rate. You pay per day you're there,
Yeah, right, right.
Okay, I'll put that down as a,
Well,
which would be a huge jump to what we pay now.
Yeah,
What
do
we
you
charge
think
now.
the snow cone people do
Yeah.
that, like if
They're
I,
out.
Yeah,
are they out there every day
yeah,
during the summer?
yeah. And that's actually a nice amenity for families to
Sure.
have.
That's the repercussion of that, then, right, that's the consequence.
Mhm.
And they fall under the tier 3 or tier 2? Tier 3, because they got their motorized, right? Oh, no, they're not. No, it's
No,
probably
it's
trailer.
Tier two, they do
Tier 2, $50 a day. So if they're out there every day, that's $1,500 a month at $50 a day.
and now they're paying $500 a summer.
That's summer.
Anyway, we can probably move on
I
to
think we
that.
need to think about that.
We do.
okay, so I've made a note, one thought would be to just do per day rates instead of periodic rates, monthly rates.
Well, so Holmes County, they actually put out like an RFP saying, we want one vendor in this park. And then it basically, who's gonna come up with the most money? They can put in their proposal for, we're gonna do,
Oh, okay, competitive
yeah,
bidding
for
for the
the
slot.
summer spots, and you could have like, whatever, 3 or 4 summer spots or whatever.
Well, that could be an RFP competitive process. Leave in like the $500 for the summer, but if they
Yeah.
put in a permit, you can see what they're doing. And if they're like, oh, a snow cone vendor in the, okay, they're gonna be there every day. But if it's like, I don't know, a hat seller at a baseball game, they're gonna be there just the one day, they're not gonna be there. So they, try to lock up, I mean, you can look at applications based on what they're doing to get a sense of that. Do we go with the summer or the daily fee? And so I think providing that monthly or summer or term or season option, I think is probably relevant depending upon, but I think the application should be able to help delineate that.
Yeah, let's think about it a little bit more.
Okay.
I don't know, I have no idea the language around that, but I don't wanna disadvantage somebody like the hat vendor thing.
I think there's language that we can borrow from one of the others.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, next, section on here is restrictions. Fuel-based generators may be allowed but must be approved by staff. Placement determined by staff. All vehicles must stay off staff streets, stay off grass turf areas. Use, permits are subject to availability. Well, yeah, so I just struck that. We said earlier that we can make a determination about there's just too many people, fine, God forbid. And use of glass containers for liquid consumption is prohibited.
On the home stretch?
Okay, now, Optimus concession. I struck although and then said, the city of LeGrand owns and insures the concession stand at Optimus Field, period. However, the first floor of the concession stand will be maintained and operated by Optimus Club of LeGrand, period. There will be no rental fee due to their fundraising and assistance in construction of the facility, period. If the Optimus Club cannot operate the concession stand, they have the right to lease it out, have the right, subject to permission from LGPRD, to lease it out to another vendor. You're not gonna lease it out to a group, you're gonna lease it out to a vendor, so you may as well specify that, to another vendor, period. All other policies in the above policy statement apply to the club. All other conditions.
if they lease it to their vendors, I'd have to go through
That's exactly a question
like
that I
this
have
whole
written down
process
here.
and have
Yeah.
the certificate
So-
of liability and all that.
I think they should have to do the paperwork at least.
That's the line that says
That's-
all other policies
yeah.
in the above policy applies.
The club, yeah.
So yes, absolutely.
So if they get a sub-lessee, a sub-vendor, then that sub-vendor has to complete an application.
Yes.
So that all the policies, the above policy apply to the lessee of the Optimus Club or something? Not to the club, that's to the
Yeah.
Optimus Club, it needs to be whoever they are subleasing to,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And one other thing, sorry, so I'm, been reading about, that there will be no rental fee due to their fundraising. I would still put in due to Optimus Club of LeGrand fundraising and assistance specified there. I think it just makes it very specific what we're talking about.
I think it should be like, rental fee is something like $200 put back into maintaining the facility itself, or something like that, that they don't just let it, you know, whatever, they pay a nominal fee, but that, if they show they painted it, that, you know, that counts towards it, basically.
I don't know,
There's lots of staff challenges with that.
yeah, we have to,
Yeah, you can formalize that, it's a handshake deal right now. If I need a $2,000 piece of equipment, they buy it for me, right? If I need them to pay half of a order of paint for the fields, they do that, right? So we just do that as a, hey, we're here for the community, what do you need? If we codify it, there's a challenge of limiting that, their donations for one, and then being turned off and being like, look, it's too much work, we're not gonna support you anymore. So that's the flip side.
I agree with that. So, here's what it could say, okay? They have the right, subject to permission, from LGTRD to lease, it out to another vendor. Sub-vendor must complete application notwithstanding non-application of rental fees. In other words, they still get it free, but the new vendor has to fill out the application so we know who they are and who the responsible parties are. And that way, they'll stay happy with us, cause they get to keep whatever they charge the sub-vendor and add that to their treasury, and it's still fairly informal. All the only extra step is that they have to fill out an application.
One other suggestion, and this off of what John said, whether there is no rental fee due to their fundraising, due to Optimus Club, the assistance in construction and continued maintenance of the facility. So you just said that they help, and so maybe the and continued maintenance helps the fee back in the fee kind of backdoor.
It's not necessarily maintenance, but continued financial support of Parks and Rec programs.
I just think in the ongoing,
Yeah.
this, it looks historical
Yeah.
as opposed to continuing.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I've gotta go pick up kids and shuttle kids.
Thanks,
Need
John.
me to go.
Thanks for your help.
Okay, yeah.
Unless you wanna be the chair or
No,
anything
no,
else?
no,
Oh.
you guys are doing a great job.
I nominate John for chair. All in favor?
Careful when you leave.
All right, so we can come up with some language that's probably gonna work in there. Okay,
So I've sent, you have the Word document, David, if you don't mind plugging all that in, like track changes, and then sending it to me, and then I can like check it with the minutes and we
Yeah.
can, then we'll have a solid
Fine.
document for next time.
yeah, I don't know why I thought that was a PDF.
It's okay.
When I see something with draft on it, I think, oh, it's PDF. Okay, so the last paragraph is, outside user groups host events.
Is this under the Optimus sublease
No,
policy?
shouldn't be.
So I think an outside user group who has sublet from the Optimus or something like that,
Yeah.
just so it specifies that this is for the, let's see.
Okay, so clarify that for me. This, when outside user groups host events at Optimus Field.
Well,
Yeah.
some,
Sublet from the Optimus Club, because the Optimus Club is going to sublet the space that we're giving them, without fee, then whoever they sublet to still has to provide the documentation.
Okay, so, yeah, that's a real different, conception. So, does the Optimist Club sometimes say, there's two visiting teams, we have nothing to do with it, we're not gonna be there, you can operate the concession,
Yeah.
and it's just a one-day thing? I thought,
They'll do it with Philly trips, Philly trip groups, youth soccer, youth whatever, other groups, right? So they'll say, look, we're gonna supply all the food and all the supplies, all you gotta do is go in there and cook, because we don't have the staff.
Yeah.
So Optimist Club will still keep the money and they'll work a deal, a side deal with that group to
Yeah.
give them blank
so
percentage of
I
proceeds.
envision this as Optimist Club says, we wanna retire from running the concession entirely. Got it, okay.
It's just when we don't have enough volunteers, we need to get, you know,
Oh,
the LeGrand swim team to come in and run it for us, and we'll give them 50% of the profit,
so,
or something.
so it's, they would still fall under the Optimus agreements then, or would they have to provide their own documentation? That's,
No, I don't wanna be in that business, that should just, Optimus can do that whenever.
oh, okay, so this, we don't need this paragraph.
This was
Or is
meant to
this
be,
separate?
this was meant to be separate for the swim meet conversation we had earlier.
Oh, I
Okay,
see.
all right.
Or like
Okay.
weddings, like you
Or whatever.
mentioned, or like.
This was the, if you rent the building or the park or the pavilion, what rights do you have? That's what this is meant to
There
be.
needs to be a new heading then, cause it looks like it's under the Optimus, so as long as there's a new heading, that's fine. Okay, then forget everything I said.
What time is it?
It's 6:33.
Okay. I think that we should, stop right now, and we'll get the document together as far as we've been able to get. We're almost to the end, there's a couple of questions that haven't been answered yet, but I think that we're gonna run out of time, because we still got a couple of agenda items to finish up. So let's stop now, we've made a lot of progress, and, all of the
For the program.
constructive input is much appreciated.
Yes.
New business is elections. Does anybody else wanna be chair or vice chair? Nope. Resounding silence. I'm happy to keep on doing it. I enjoy doing it. I think it's a great group, so it's really easy. Okay?
Except for the other vice chair we need to figure out.
And the vice chair we need to figure out.
Yes, please.
Current vice chair is sitting right next to me.
Yes, he is. I'm chairman of the vice.
Chairman of vice. Okay, well, how many vices do you have?
Just two.
Just two. Okay,
But
what
they're both
are
They're
their
both
names?
medicated currently.
Yeah. Why am I
You know,
missing?
this is being recorded, this is live
Yeah,
right
I'm the
now.
diabetic and, those are vices.
Yeah.
Okay, Bob, would you like to continue? to be
I would
vice
love
chair?
to continue in my present position, especially as long as you show up.
Okay, so I'm gonna recuse myself from voting on,
Well, we can just have consensus if you
we
want.
have consensus?
Is
Then
that
we have
okay?
consensus.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm concerned.
Officers don't change. Okay.
What is the term now? Notwithstanding?
Please, please. This thing's, well, we're not gonna. vote.
Never mind.
Okay, commissioner comments, so I've got a comment. And that is that I was out walking my dog in Pioneer Park on Thursday night. And I saw someone wearing a certain kind of hat like you were wearing, setting up lights for the bike park and
Yeah.
skateboard park. That was so cool.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah.
You had a night event?
Wednesday, we pulled a bunch of lights out and went up the pump track and skate park so kids could ride past 5 o'clock.
Fun, good fun.
Given the
I
weather
mean,
the
there
way
were
it is, why not?
15,
Yeah.
20 kids there or
Yeah.
something like that, you know?
I didn't see that money show up in my account, so I think you didn't need that help.
You see the other show up on there.
So, thanks for doing that work, that is just so cool. It was a beautiful evening, you know, and man, that was great. Second thing, commissioner comments, I also walking the dog, stopped by in the late afternoon at the Riverside, and that park was getting used, man. I mean, there were 25 or 30 kids in that park. Really having a good time, and teenagers working out on the fitness equipment, and that is such a home run. It's just really cool.
warning.
You're welcome.
So I made my
You
commission.
put me about
Okay, I understand that last night's, the 14th meeting for the city of LeGrand, there was a comment made, someone brought forth a video of the truck or whatever
Going from the field.
destroyed the field.
Yep.
Is that gonna be, usable data?
It is. It's in my staff report, but David jumped those. So, if you wanna do a brief staff report, maybe they can just hit 2 or 3 headlines so we can get out of here, if that's okay.
It's not on the
It's not on the
agenda.
agenda.
My fault. We need to do staff reports.
Yeah, go,
Oh, my
Mark,
minutes.
real quick.
Well, the update for us is we think we figured out what's going on with the HVAC. It seems like one of the Allerton controllers is shorting out, so, I'm waiting for a price. Other than that, the FRP is going good. We're almost done with the women's locker room.
Okay.
And we've gotten done all the way across the front, in the, facing the pool, so.
Swim meet Saturday, district meet in February.
We had our holiday concert and light show, which was really, really well attended. People came through, we had turkeys there, I paid for them to pass out hot chocolate. They did over 16 gallons of hot chocolate that they passed out. So it was literally, as they were packing up, she handed me the last of the hot chocolate, which was half of the 16-ounce pack. Said, that's it. So people would come get their chocolate milk, their hot chocolate, they would listen to music, they'd sit with Santa, get some pictures, then they'd take a lap through the park to look at lights. So it was pretty cool. I'd say there's quite a bit of people there. It's hard to tell because everyone's kind of doing that flow of things, but it was really well attended. And then we have our Arts for All event this Saturday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. after LMS time. That's really the only big thing.
Yep, and then, the neighbor across the street caught the perpetrator on video that did the donuts at the soccer field here. Police have that with a name, so they're proceeding with that right now. It's a, I'm not sure if they're a student or not, a young person that just got their license.
They didn't
Way to go.
cover that.
They didn't cover that with the DMV test.
It's gonna take probably up to 2 years to patch the soccer field because it's a ball field, it's not a patch of grass. So the ball may or may not play great this spring, summer, and then next year will be better, they'll work on it. It's really labor intensive to fix something like that. It's not like a broken urinal where you just buy a new one.
Yeah, wow.
So that's happening, yeah, the rest of this. we'll just
Where
send
was
out
the
these
video
updates.
that caught it?
Neighbor right there, on the,
Corner.
like right across the parking, like kitty corner to the
They used their camera, it wasn't their ring doorbell or?
No, it was their phone, because she heard, they were doing donuts here first in front of the building, and it's right by her house. She heard the engine revving and running and tires screeching, so she was like, what is that? And then she got her camera out after that, watched them drive around, do the donuts over in the field, in the exit part. And then the next night they did it at Benton, or a similar vehicle did similar damage at Benton Park on the next night.
Really?
So there's 2 fields that were destroyed.
Oh my God.
And it's, do we have any long-term thoughts about putting a fence around those fields?
Well, there's rocks, there's different theories about that, you know? Parks to be accessible fences,
Well,
schools have
you-
fences,
Yeah, you have
Parks
grand
usually don't.
size, you have the V things that go up through there, but, and I know you gotta get a mower in there. And I know that the fencing I'm talking about, it's a lot of money.
it is,
It does dissuade
yeah,
joyriders.
it does.
How about landmines?
I know where there's some used ones.
We've got some, yeah, they are remotely disabled, so you can go on the plane and turn it back on.
I'll send out these staff reports, so you can read them, and I don't think I did that, so.
Yeah.
My,
Well, good news, Debbie shared some of that from last night, and I just wanted to follow up.
Commissioners have no hours to report. Strong work, ladies and gentlemen.